Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining today. If this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe. Just a quick one. A lot of people have been asking me, Milton, how much do I need to move to Finland? And some other people have been saying, can I have the money in my bank account or can my sponsor me? You should have the money in your bank account. All right, this is the first question, and the money should be in your bank account. If your sponsor wants to sponsor you, let your sponsor give you the money to put in your bank account. I hope you understand. Now, for those who have been asking me what is the easiest way to move to Finland, if you apply for a university or a college in Finland, you can migrate with your spouse, but you need to provide the money for the people who are coming under you as a dependent. Now, the easiest visa you should have to move to Finland should be the spouse's residence permit, which is the visa you can apply and move alongside with your spouse. But remember, you need to show proof that this person is your spouse, right? Now, I will talk about how much you need. Okay, I will equally talk about some things you need to know. I will talk about the amount you need as a student. And of course, I will talk about working in Finland. So I will be talking first. The first part of this video is going to be on if you are moving with a working permit to Finland. Then I will come back and talk about if you are moving with a student permit to Finland. Now, for you to get all this information, you can check on the Finnish government website what is happening here, and you will equally get all the details. The Finnish government website is called Migrate, MIGRI.fi, or you can go to Kela.fi. There are others, but I think I always use Migrate to check out all this information. So like I said, the easiest is if you are using a spouse's residence permit in the case you are moving with a working visa, and I will come back to talk about the case you are moving as a student, right? Now, if you are moving on a working visa to Finland, and according to Migrate, you as one adult, you need to have money into your bank account. Right now, if you calculate the money that you need to have into your bank account, you need to have at least 1,000 euros in order to spend per month. Now, the 1,000 euros you have to spend per month, remember it's per month, and you need to show that you have money you can spend for 1 year, and approximately you are going to be showing them 12,000 euros a year. Remember, this is excluding tax. All right, you are going to be showing the money inclusively, but they do consider the fact that tax has been removed, so you just need to show them a bench balance. So you need 12,000 euros a year as a worker if you are moving to Finland. All right, this is for you alone. Now, let's assume that you are moving with your spouse. If you are moving with your spouse, you have another dependent under you who is going to be depending on your bank account. But you need to prove that you have money in your account to take care of this other person who is your spouse. And your spouse needs to prove that he or she has 700 euros a month. And multiplying 700 euros a month times a year is going to give you around 8,000 euros. If you guys are moving just the two of you, you need to add your 12,000 euros to his 8,400 euros. So in this case, the burden may be much, but of course, you have to decide if you are going to move with them or not. So this is the money. Please make sure you verify Migrate.fi for you to get all this information. Now, let's assume that because, like I said, you have to multiply. This money is 1,000 plus 700. This is for a month, right? Times the number, which is you have to calculate for 1 year, because you are moving to Finland to work. But of course, you are not going to be applying for a residence permit for 1 month, are you? No, they are going to give you a permit for 1 year. Now, if you are moving with one child, you, your spouse, and one of your sons or daughters, and he is below 18 years, now, this child, you need to show that this child has an amount of 500 euros to spend a month. And of course, you multiply his 500 euros by 12. And if you do that, it's going to give you 6,000 euros a year. You add it to the other total. Then you are not going to know the amount of money you need per month. Guys, if you are new to the channel, my name is Milton. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate. Now, let's assume that you want to add another child. That as the number of children increasing, the number of money you are going to show per month decreases. So the next child or the second child is going to be 400. Remember, the first child was 500 times 12. The next child is going to be 400 times 12, which is going to give you around maybe 4,800. This is the money if you are moving as a worker. You are moving with your family to Finland as a worker. And as the number of children keep increasing, the number you have to prove per month decreases. So if you're adding the third child, it should be 300. The fourth child, it should be 200. Please verify the information again. Now let's go to the option if you want to move as a student and see how much you need to have in your bank account. Remember, it has to be in your bank account because you are the one. This is the law. The money cannot be in somebody's account. You, as the principal applicant, need to have the money in your bank account. Remember, a lot is changing now when it comes to immigration. So I will encourage you to try to be fast. But if you cannot move with family at once, move alone, then you hustle more money that way. Of course, you bring them in because it will be easy for you to make money in Finland than to make money in Nigeria. As I know, all right, if you have a job that you are working maybe 6 hours in Finland and 6 hours in Nigeria, or maybe 12 hours in Finland and 12 hours in Nigeria, Finland would definitely pay better. So please take this into consideration. Now let's move to the student part. I will be talking about two options here. The very first option is if you are a student outside of Finland and you intend to move with your spouse to Finland. All right, this is the first one I will talk about before I talk about if you are already a student in Finland and you intend to bring your wife over to Finland. So let's take a look at the first scenario. If you are a student outside of Finland, let's assume that you're in Nigeria and you want to move to Finland with your family, with your spouse, right? As a student, according to Migrate.fi, which is the website of the Finnish officials, you need at least 560 euros per month to spend in Finland for accommodation, feeding, transportation, or something, right? And remember, you are going to be applying for a residence permit. They can give you the residence permit for 4 years if you are going for a bachelor's program. They can give you for 2 years if you are going for a master's program. Now, in this case, you are going to show, if you multiply 560 euros per month times 12, you are going to get 6,720 euros per year. This is the amount of money you need to show as a student who is moving alone. But now, you want to move with your spouse, right? You guys are two. So you need to show that your spouse have at least 700 euros a month. And if you multiply 700 euros times 12 for your wife, it's going to give you 8,400 euros a year. Now, your own is 6,720 euros per year, and your wife is 8,420 euros per year. So you need to add the two figures together, and if you add the two together, you need 15,120 euros in your bank account before you can apply for your study visa to Finland, and of course, add your wife to it. And in this case, you need two documents. One, a part of your educational credentials, you would also need to submit your marriage certificate. Remember, in one of my videos I did some months back, is it some weeks? I can't remember. I said you need to legalize this certificate, and it has to be legalized by the Finnish embassy. First, you take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then to the Finnish embassy. Of course, you need to book an appointment to do this. So please pay attention to this. This is how it's going to work. But if the Finnish embassy says that, if you have any question, ask Migrate.fi. All right. If they say they cannot legalize it, that you can use it like that, then that is fine. But I know you need to legalize this particular document. Okay. Now, this money must be in your bank account. There is nothing like I have a sponsor, can my sponsor? No. Finland, you must have the money in your bank account. So if you don't have, those of you with microfinance institutions, make sure you go get bank accounts now. And again, the second document, remember I talked about your marriage certificate. There is a document called the PK1 Plus file. You need to fill that document for yourself and also fill it for your wife. If you need more information, go to migrate.fi. This is what you need to know. Now, let's take the next scenario. If you are already a student in Finland and you want to bring your wife over from Nigeria, you are not moving with your wife together from Africa. You are already in Finland and you want to bring them over into Finland. How much do you need to show? You need to show at least 13,000. What I mean here is 1,300 euros per month. This 1,300 euros per month is, out of it, you have 560 which is you are living cost money for yourself, and your wife is going to have 700 euros. So you need to show that you are earning at least 700 euros per month for your part-time job or whatsoever job you are doing in Finland as a student, plus your 600. That is, they don't care with the 560 for yourself. They want to know if you are actually making 700 euros, that you, if you sum up together, is going to give you 1,300 per month for you and your wife before you can bring your wife over to Finland. Now, this is the money for 1 year, 13,000. That is 1,300. All right. Now, multiply by 12. If you do that, it's going to give you around 16,600 euros per year, right? For the two of you. I hope you understand. So that is the money you need in your bank account to bring your wife over if you are already in Finland. Please do not forget, it's very, very important for you to put this into consideration. All right. Now, remember that the person who is coming as a dependent, it may be your wife, it may be your husband, because I am overemphasizing on your wife, of course, because I know the man is the head of the family. So you may decide that it can be you, it can be your wife, no problem. If you have kids, you need to add the kids. I already talked about that. Now, remember, the person who is coming over is going to get a 1 year working permit, and this person can work 30 hours a week. It can be you, it can be your wife. All right, 30 hours a week, and there are other benefits that you guys are going to get. But remember, full time is the working schedule. You are going to work part time, but the person that came in, of course, is going to be working full time. Now, opportunities like the opportunities you will gain if you bring in your wife or your spouse or your husband, you are going to get integration opportunities. Okay, like a lot of opportunities to integrate within the Finnish culture or the society would be them. Then you are also going to get children's education. If you have children, your kids will go to school for free. Then remember, there are certain laws that you must follow. If they say you have to go here to do this job, you have to go there and do the job. You cannot reject that in Finland. Finland is a country with a lot of laws. You have to be careful, all right, as an international student or who is bringing the wife, or if you are the wife, please, you have to be careful and take these things into consideration. It is very, very important. Then you also have things like maybe the daycare if you have a baby. And for daycare, I think you can take your baby to the daycare if they are 1 to 6 years. But remember, for you to take them to the daycare, I think 9 months, 1 to 6 years, something like that. But you will always get all those details on migrate.fi. And of course, maternity and paternity benefits will equally be available. So please, these are all the options that you could consider when it comes to proof of funds. This is the easiest way. Move immediately with your spouse, all right, so that they can get open work permit. But if you are already in Finland, you can still bring them over, but it's still the advantage for you. So in essence, the student pathway is the most and easy, reliable option. But again, looking at opportunities available, remember there are changes. Like I said, you may have watched a video. These are the things that I said are in place now. In future, they may do some changes, and before you know, things may change. So you have to do it as fast as possible if you have an opportunity to migrate. I hope you enjoyed the video for today. Please do not go without liking the video and subscribing to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Till we meet again in another one, it is your one and only Anointed Village Boy.